Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching the replay, make sure that you use the hashtag replay. And if you're watching live, you are in for a treat. Tonight, you're going to learn how to get 10 high-paying speaking gigs in 90 days. So, as you can see, I am here and Lovelda is not talking. So you might be thinking, what is?
I'm sharing the love, babe.
You're sharing the love.
I'm sharing the love.
You're sharing the love. Lovelda is sharing. Lovelda is sharing the love.
I'm sharing the love.
Of course, of course. So this is going to be a live training that we're doing right now on how to get high-paying speaking gigs in a very short space of time, which is 90 days. So make sure that you watch until the end. And also, we're going to start talking about this incredible mastermind, which is called Quantum Leap, Your Speaking Business, which is a mastermind that Lovelda is launching to help you, lady, quantum leap your speaking business. So as you can see, because you can imagine from now, you're going to have a lot of fun. But I think I took over. I'm so used to talking too much.
You have joined
How you doing,
Lovelda's
baby?
page.
How you doing, baby? Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm not used to being made to be so quiet.
Okay.
I'm normally the hostess with the mostest, but we'll see how this goes. Thanks for the thumbs up. So this is an experiment because we don't normally do these things together, but we're going to give it.
Well, because you don't want to work with me.
Okay.
You're like
back to me. Let's get
okay.
quantum leapy with
Let's
speaking.
get quantum
leapy with the speaking, babe.
Okay, so tell me about why women don't get enough speaking gigs. Because I'm a man, I get a lot of speaking gigs. I got no problem. I get 200 a year. But why women don't do that?
Okay, so it's not just about getting speaking engagements. It's about monetizing those speaking engagements. So I know of a lot of women who get lots of speaking engagements, but they're not necessarily making much money from them, as well as just not getting paid speaking engagements. Primary reason, if I'm just going to be really brutal, our marketing is shocking.
I can agree. I confirm. Don't take it on me. Don't take it on me. But I agree. I agree. But why do you think that men are better in marketing, or they have better marketing, and then women sometimes not great?
I think it's a number of things. So I think as women, we kind of see this speaking thing as like a side gig. So it's kind of fun and it's really interesting. And for some reason, the business hat does not go on around our speaking business in the same way that it does, say, in a coaching business or whatever other business we're running. So for a lot of women I meet, they get a lot of speaking engagements and it's kind of fun. And they hear that there are these people out there that are being paid big bucks to speak, and they've no idea how to make it happen. And it's not, let's just say it's not rocket science. It's just if somebody hasn't told you how to commercialize that business before, then it's easy to miss. And so some of the basics are just missing. Like the number of times I speak to women, I'm gonna give you like top tip number one.
Give me a top tip number one. If you guys are seeing like looking me down, is because I'm sharing the love.
He's sharing the love too. So the number one thing that I see, that's probably the biggest reason why people don't get booked, or when I speak to people and I do like a one-to-one consultation and we're reviewing their speaking business, one of the key things is always, I did so many engagements, but I didn't get anything from it. And so the free engagement is just free. It was a nice opportunity to speak. They managed to, you managed to get comfortable on the stage, but all of the leverage out the window, just wasn't considered. So not good. Leverage, was there any video footage? Is there any photographs? Did you get any referrals? Did you get any testimonials? Did you get anything that actually allows you to inject it into your business as something that you can use to quantum leap it?
So let's quantum leap. Let's quantum leap here, because it's all about quantum leaping tonight. It's a real, of course. You look in the Oxford Dictionary,
quantum
and
leaping.
It's quantum leapy, leapy eye. Okay, so now it said that is a problem, is a fundamental problem, is marketing. But why is this important, like for people, for someone who is a speaker, to do something right now?
This question.
To do something right now. Why is this urgent?
Okay, so if your goal is to get paid keynote type speaking engagements, if that's what you're really shooting for, then in order to be paid at the highest level by people who've never seen you before. So yes, you can build a speaking business based on referrals, people in the room who've seen you, and you can build the business that way. But if you want to go out to people who've never ever seen you before, and start to build your speaking business there and approach people, let's put it this way. It's like if you were booking like a an entertainer of some description, say a band for a wedding.
Or a didgeridoo player.
Or a didgeridoo player.
Why not?
If you were booking a band for a wedding and the band costs, say, £3,000, you would want to see what they're like. Like, you've never seen them before, you kind of stumble across them. So what do? You look on their website to get a sense of who they are, and then you get on YouTube and you decide, right, let me watch a few videos and see if they're the right kind of vibe for me. Speaking is an art form and is evaluated in the same way. So if I have never seen you before speak, and I don't know who you are, and you tell me that you're a really good speaker, the first thing I'm going to do is jump on Google and find out who the hell you are and see what other reviews are like. I'll read the reviews, I'll watch some video, and I'll get a sense of, do I feel like this person is the right fit for me, especially if I'm being paid big bucks. Now, if it's like a free engagement or a couple of £100, then perhaps that might be a little bit different. Here's the killer. Even with referrals, people look.
Absolutely. They do.
Even with referrals.
Yes. So there is no escape.
There is no escape.
There is no escape. It's not even if you say, well, I'm just having people recommending me. Well, they will recommend you. And then the organizer will ask, can I see your footage? Can I see your speaking page? Can I see your speaking brochure? Can I see the topic that you're talking about? And then if they don't find something interesting, what do?
On to the next.
Swipe left.
I don't know if it's left or right.
Left or right.
I
never.
Whichever direction you swipe, that says no. One.
I never used Tinder in my life. Have you ever used Tinder?
No,
I never used
Tinder.
Okay, right. No, it's just to ask, because it's important for me to know.
This could result in an emotional relationship crisis right now, but no, I haven't.
Anyway, swipe left or swipe right, depending
Whichever
which one is the refuse. Is the refuse button. Now, how did you come about finding to book your gigs? Because you came from that's how we met. Literally, we met at a speaking training. And the love was born immediately. She fell in love with me straight away.
Yeah, honey, that's exactly how it
happened. And in that speaking training, we were both starting our careers as speakers. So you went from literally not booking any gig, no gigs at all, or maybe just few free gigs, to getting paid really nice sums of money, thousands for a day, for, in particular, in the least paid niche in speaking, which is emceeing and
it's
hosting.
A tough one.
And you're getting paid like keynote speakers get paid in the least paid speaking niche. So you did something good.
One or two things, maybe.
All right. So tell us a bit more about how was your journey.
So I guess the key thing is I had a mentor who very early on said, video everything. And I took that to heart. So I took a camera literally everywhere with me. Now, frankly, some of that footage is absolutely shocking. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you video everything on an iPhone camera or something like that. But videoing everything, even just to refine your skills as a speaker, is really important. But what I did that was really different is every time I went to a gig, I really thought about what I could do to get the next engagement. So a lot of the work that I did, I worked really hard on I did the gig for the testimonial. I busted my gut for the testimonial. And learning very early that I was very good at losing them, I found ways of putting those immediately in the public domain so I didn't have to remember where they were, because first I'd get them to email me in and I'd just lose the flaming thing. So that didn't really work very well. But I was quite aggressive at asking for the recommendation.
Yes.
And so firstly, just doing a really, really good job when I'm on stage. But then I got really, my follow-up sequence after I finish an engagement, I need 2 days afterwards just to roll through everything to make sure that gig makes sense. So before I even say yes to an engagement, I have a checklist of things that I go through to say, what is this engagement for? Is this purely commercial? Is this for marketing purposes? Is it because there's somebody interested on the stage? Why do I really want to do this engagement versus another one? So I know what my game plan is in terms of marketing, pricing, where the value is. So I think one of the problems speakers have is they think that the value or the value they get from the engagement is purely the money that you get paid.
Yep. Yeah, true.
And I kind of broaden that sense of what the value is of a speaking engagement for me. So long as the value stacked up, and that would be a combination of video footage, testimonials, references, people on the stage, a whole raft of things, as well as the financial bit, I'd do the gig. And so, and I'd negotiate based on how much value can I extract from it. And then afterwards, it was like, I mean, it's like a machine afterwards in terms of what steps I go through to distribute that and help make sure that that engagement makes it easier for me to quantum leap.
To quantum leap. Oh, we're quantum leap.
Well, basically, each engagement becomes a launch pad into the next speaking engagement. So it was that process that got me from, if I think about it, I haven't really thought about it. Kind of.
That's been just like in a year.
It's been 2 years. It got me in 2 years from doing no paid speaking engagements to lightly paid speaking engagements to speaking engagements that are in the 4 figures, to then international speaking engagements, to the point where I'm on a stage introducing Monica Lewinsky and interviewing her, which was just insane.
In front of 5,000 people?
Yeah. It was kind of mad. And yeah, and I know that I'll be back again next year because that's the level at which I'm playing at. But it's very, like, the way that I run my speaking business, and I do think of it as a business, is incredibly strategic.
So what are some of the mistakes that other speakers that are more naive, let's put it this way, you know, they might be really good speakers, and in particular they've been already speaking and they get events, but they're not monetizing it, or they're not maximizing the opportunities, or they might find that every time they ask for paid speaking gigs, they just like hit that wall consistently.
Yeah.
What are some of the mistakes that you see them making?
God, there's so many of them. So I think first and foremost, it's thinking that a free engagement is free and not seeing that as a marketing opportunity for your business. It's going into an engagement without a really clear, so firstly, understanding what kind of speaking business you're building. And there's multiple different types that you can do in terms of where you can generate cash and monetize speaking. Getting very clear that the value that you get isn't just about the price that you're paid, but starting to get, there's a lot of people who are literally just looking for that price tag, or thinking that, the one that I get the most is thinking, oh, I just want to get an agent. So let me just dispel the agent myth, because I've got like agent or bureau. I've got 2 of them. They're freaking amazing. But here's the thing. Agents and bureaus get paid when they book you, right? If you sit on their books and they never book you, they don't get paid. And if you're paying to be on their books, don't bother. Like, I don't understand how, because effectively you're marketing yourself. So I'd really think twice about where you have to pay to get on somebody's books. It probably means they're not doing the same level of marketing for you. But the good agents want people that are bookable. And if you cannot demonstrate that you can get paid to speak and people will pay you, then you're not an interesting proposition. A really exciting proposition for an agent, right, is somebody who comes to them and goes, oh my God, there's so much work. Like, I have 15 clients, it's backed up, all of these people want to book me, and frankly, I just don't have time to process it. Like, you take this. That to them is really exciting.
Yep.
A terrible proposition is, so I'm new and I speak on these 1,500 different topics, and I don't have any
footage.
I'm still working on my footage and stuff, but like I get really good stuff. Like, I think, you know, and you're expecting the agent to sell you. It's wrong. That's not how this industry works. The agent, not the agent, a bureau, and most agents are there to facilitate that, and they want to work with people that are bookable. So you've got to demonstrate your bookability. And there are some key things they're going to require. You need to have a biography. Because they're all going to ask you, like, where's your biography? Yep. You're going to have a good quality biography. You're going to have professional quality, high resolution headshots, or they can't put you on the website. This is just basics. And you need video footage. And at a minimum, just for them to be able to facilitate getting you onto a website, you need to have this stuff. Like, describe who you are clearly and concisely. Oh, and most of them will also ask for testimonials as well. Yes. So good quality testimonials, professional quality video footage, a great biography, and professional quality, high resolution headshots. Now, if you don't have any of that stuff to begin with, then don't even bother approaching them, because even if they said yes, you are not in a position to be able to provide them with the stuff to put on the website for them to publicize you anyway. So yeah, thinking that an agent is going to be the I don't know whether they don't do. They're
unless
not
you already have a lot of work,
yourself.
don't even bother going to.
The only exception to that rule.
Is there an exception?
There is an exception.
There's always exceptions.
If you are absolutely sought after in your niche. So you have to be like the creme de la creme in your niche. Like you've written the book and it's something quite specific. And so
it's hot in that moment.
It's a hot topic. Yeah. So like if it's a scientific field and you talk about something quite specific, or a technical field and you've developed a new something that everybody's using, like really quite particular, that you're a sought after person, that's the only time you get away with not having that stuff, because an agent is prepared to do the work because people want you. But outside of that, or you're a celebrity, then they might take you on. But outside of that, you need to have that stuff together.
So we're talking about having your marketing material in place. You mentioned showreel, you mentioned professional headshots, you mentioned your professional bios, you mentioned your professional pictures. It feels like there is a lot to do in order to get these high-paying speaking gigs up front. What other mistakes do you see female speakers making that stops them from monetizing opportunities?
Well, sometimes they just don't ask for the damn sale. Sounds like really obvious, but
let's talk about that.
You know, it's something as simple as assuming that there's never any budget.
Yes.
And I have taken people who've said either there's no budget, or the budget is, frankly, it may as well not be a budget, and converted that into something that makes money, partially because I can demonstrate that I'm worth what I pay. I get paid that on a regular basis. I have loads of references and stuff like that they can go to. But I do not assume anything is free. Like if I've had people who've come to me and said, oh, we were expecting this to be free, and they've still paid, because I don't do, like, this is a business for me, and that is how I operate. And so, you know, the first thing is actually thinking of it as a business. And therefore, it's not to say that you completely disregard free marketing channels. If you're using that as a free speaking engagements, if you're using that as a marketing channel into your business. However, if what you're really focused on is being paid to speak,
it's a different niche.
It's like same like with coaching, right?
Yeah.
When you give away lots and lots and lots of free coaching sessions, and somehow expect to then be paid for coaching sessions. Like at some point you have to tell somebody there's a price. And initially it might be like, it'll be £15. Like, you know, that might be that might be the starting point for you. But the point of the matter is there's a shift that happens when you start to say it'll be £15, it'll be £300, it'll be 75 quid, it'll be £100, it'll be £200, you know, whatever that is. And then as you move up that ladder, actually it just gets easier and easier, because behind you, you've got, I've been paid X amount several times before, so why should I accept anything any different? And your confidence in that conversation grows. But yeah, female speakers, we tend to have a problem with asking. But the other thing is just getting really clear on what it's like. We have all of these, this is what I've experienced a lot, loads of different components. Like we've got a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but I don't know how to structure it all together.
And it looks good on the outside.
It looks good,
but then
and there's all of this stuff. Like
to a professional, it doesn't.
So it's like, how do you consolidate it so that you've got a saleable proposition to get booked? And things where we go wrong is I can do everything. Like as an event organizer, and I do organize events, you know, we did the Female Speakers Conference this year.
It was brilliant.
And the frustrating
we're two men in the room. Fantastic.
The frustrating thing that we had when we were booking that was just the way that people pitch. Like, for crying out loud, we're doing a conference where we've explicitly said that this is about helping women build speaking businesses. Like, it's all about the business of speaking. And yet, you know, we got pitches of, I really want to tell my story. Well, how the heck is that going to help? Like, you know, how does that fit into what it is that we're doing? Or, you know, I want to do, you know, you're not a fit for everybody's event, right?
Okay, you know what? Okay, you said something that I want to tell my story. I organize a lot of events too. Someone comes and is a speaker, whether it's man or woman.
We don't care, do we?
I don't care.
No.
Whether it's man or a woman, and says, I just want to tell my story. I don't even reply. And if I reply, it's going to be something offensive. So that's why I don't reply. Because the audience...
I have a powerful story.
Oh my God, I have a powerful story. I've got a powerful story too. And so what? Right? I've got a power... Shall we have a story off? See which story is more powerful? No, I don't care about your story.
Unless it's like a storytelling event, in which case it's perfect. Tell me you've got a powerful story.
Yeah, like for example, there was that the fuck up night.
Something like that. There are events that are specifically around storytelling.
Inspired Stage is about powerful story. That's brilliant.
Sell your story then.
But generally, they're not in the realm of high-paying speaking engagements unless you are a celebrity and you have an interesting story which is already be covered by the media. And then you will have people paying you because you know that you can attract a large audience because you're already popular. So I got emotional there.
I know, but the thing is, even in that instance, the organizer isn't buying your story.
It's buying you as a personality.
Well, they're buying the pull you bring as a personality is what they're buying.
They're buying the audience. They buy you bringing the audience in.
But even in that context, they haven't brought that person to tell the story. They've brought the person to teach a lesson via their story, right? So don't sell the story, sell the results, the message, the impact. Like, what are people going to get as a result of hearing, you know, and what you say is like, I enrich that with my personal story. But don't lead with telling me you're going to tell a story. Lead with telling me the results people are going to get as a result of what you're doing. And the story is a mechanism by which you deliver that helps you to be differentiated. But yeah, that pitch of like, just like, if there's one thing you take from this, just stop pitching your story. Don't pitch a story and expect to get paid. You know, pitch the results, pitch the impact, pitch, you know, the lessons and the learnings that people are going to get. Don't pitch your story. And you can say that your story is part, you know, your story, your journey and your experience is something that enables you to tell this with conviction, and that's what allows you, that's what gives you credibility. So you can say your experience provides a credibility to deliver this message. But yeah, just erase like, I tell a story from your thingy. Like, you know, event organizers, especially at a really high professional level, they just don't care.
True. Absolutely true. Agree 100% with what my beautiful wife just said.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, I need to rewrite my pitch.
Yeah, exactly. I can hear like everyone is watching right now. They're like, Okay, so quick question for you now about your first paid speaking engagement. How did you get your very first paid, which means paid up front, speaking engagement?
I have to think. Actually, my first paid speaking engagement came randomly from LinkedIn.
Randomly from LinkedIn?
It did.
Tell me more.
I really had to think about it. Hey, folks, thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up and stuff. I like it when there's like
we have
amazing stuff
we have Laura, Chris, Kalpesh, Eder.
Yay! People.
The people joining. Great.
So yeah, my very first paid speaking engagement was actually through LinkedIn. I had a nominal amount on my LinkedIn profile that said that I was a speaker, and I definitely had video because I've been doing some, at the time I was doing TV. I was a regular panelist on a news channel. And so I insisted that I had all of that footage because I thought, well, you know, why wouldn't I? Like, a professional crew have paid to, like, you know, so I did that for free at stupid o'clock in the morning. And so that was
I remember that.
Yeah, it was dumb. That was on my LinkedIn page, and that's what I had in terms of footage. I don't know that I even had a show reel.
No, I think you had the show reel.
Did I?
I think you had the show reel, but just like the first draft version of the show reel that you made after. Which event was your first speaking gig? Paid speaking gig?
It was, oh God, who was it? It was Disrupt Forum.
Disrupt Forum, yes, you had your show reel.
So I did have a show reel.
Yeah, the show reel, but it was nowhere near as good as the one that you have now.
So I think I had a show reel I cobbled together myself that wasn't brilliant. This is before I got a professional one done, and my new one's in progress. It's new footage. My LinkedIn profile definitely said I was a speaker. YouTube had video footage of me because I uploaded some of that footage. And I just got this LinkedIn message out of the blue saying we're doing this event, blah, blah, blah. I think Simone and I did the first one together, actually. Yes, and we did that.
That was because we both received the same LinkedIn message from the organizer, which was so weird.
Yeah.
And then, but that was free, the first one.
We did the first one for free because I hadn't done a paid speaking engagement before. And so we both agreed it was a great stage, brilliant audience, the lineup of people we were introducing was amazing. So it was just a great experience. And it was very, very professionally done. And so when they came back to me the next time around, I was like, yeah, the first one was a freebie, but this one, not so much. And it wasn't too difficult, actually. That was in the hundreds. I think I got paid for that. And
300,
something like that.
Something like that. I don't remember. I remember that I wanted to go as well, but I was busy.
You were busy.
So she got the money from the word. The joys.
And they rebooked me a few times, and so I took their footage, and so each time I did something.
They keep booking you every year now.
I haven't worked with them for a while. They changed their.
I know that was the one in Paris.
Yeah.
Anyway, in Paris. So now from there, and this is a great example about monetizing a speaking gig. It started as a free opportunity. And then building the relation with the event organizer and say, hey, now you've seen the difference I made to your event. Show me the bananas. Pay me the cash.
I guess the thing is, though, but even that free event, like the contract, I got everything out of it. Like we got video, the organizers did us video testimonials. We got photographs. We got all the professional footage that they'd done for the event. So all of that stuff was sent. So I had that anyway. And then they had a ton of amazing speakers. So I need
to get some of the footage. I still think
you still don't have it?
No.
Yeah, of course I have it.
Okay.
Sorry, side note. And then I went and hit up all of the speakers as well. I was like, you guys saw me speak. Was I great? Yeah, just tell me I was great. So I hit them all up as well. So, because it was lots of like senior executives at various different companies. That was great. It was like some, CEO at Just Eat or whatever just said I'm amazing. So, so by the time I finished that, I had all of this amazing stuff.
That's where you met Ash as well.
It's where I met Ash.
That's where you met Ash. Oh, such a small word. Now, I know you're launching a mastermind to help women, not boys. So boys, me, you, we're out. We're screwed.
You're not
stay
screwed.
out.
There was lots of amazing content in here. It's the same principles.
Okay, well, now this is the free content, but of course the magic is in the paid content, right? The magic happens when someone pays some cash for it. Money. So you have this amazing mastermind that you're running, which is called the Quantum Leap Your Speaking Business Mastermind. What are you going to cover in this mastermind? For how long it is? Tell me a bit more about that.
So excited. So the mastermind is going to be an intimate mastermind for 8 women. Like I'm capping it at 8 because I really want us to go really deep. So ultimately we're looking at increasing your speaker profile and looking at your marketing activity. So first and foremost, we'll be looking at what is your speaking business, because a lot of people in my experience just aren't clear on what speaking business model they're running. And once you get that clarity, there'll be some obvious things that fall out of that in terms of products and services, or just the way that you'd structure your page. So firstly, we need to know where are you aiming for and what's the structure of your business so that we can then build from that. You've probably got stuff spread all over the place that would make a beautiful profile. So we're going to consolidate all of that and put a stake in the ground so that you have a reasonable profile today that is a great reflection of who you are today. There will be gaps. There are always gaps. I still have gaps. There'll be things that that you need, more footage, photographs, testimony, whatever it is, right? But based on where you are, let's take that stuff and at least have the world reflect upon you today in terms of where you are and get clarity on what the gaps are. So doing a full gap analysis of your profile. And then over the next 6 months, we'll be building that profile. So actually learning how to build all of that stuff together and how to leverage each of the speaking engagements you're doing today. So we'll be transforming the way you look at every single speaking engagement. It won't be a matter of go off, book engagement, tick, done. No more of that. Actually, by the time you've completed the mastermind, you will look at each speaking engagement very different. So it will be not just about building your marketing profile and you're getting better at marketing yourself, but actually really thinking very strategically about each of these speaking engagements in the same way that I built my business, like doing each engagement and using that as a launch pad to the next engagement, really getting quite clear on what that is. And then I will also be including lifetime membership to the World Class Female Speakers Academy. So it's a repository of everything. So, Lavelda, I am getting a photographer or a videographer to come. How do I brief them? Well, if you just log into the portal, it'll tell you, because these are the sorts of questions you're going to have, because it's going to be, you know, whilst we're meeting regularly and masterminding as you would expect, in between there's going to be things that you're going to need. It's just how it is. Like, what do I put in a contract? Well, if you just log in, it's there at your fingertips.
Yeah, the contract.
It's there at your fingertips. And that's lifetime access. So you'll have that like long after the program is completed.
That's brilliant. I just wish I was a woman right now. Can I get access to it?
It's just for the girls.
Just for the girls. Damn
girls
it.
Only.
So, ladies, listen, I cannot get in, but you can. So if you have if you're not commenting right now, if you're not saying I'm in, I want to know more, you are crazy. You're absolutely bonker. I can tell you right now. Like I feel I'm incredibly jealous right now. And what is important to know, because I know about this mastermind. Of course, we are husband and wife. We talk about stuff. I got my business. She's got their business. We have our pillow talk about how much sales have we made and what products are we going to launch. That's our pillow talk. And
we talk about other things too.
No, we talk about other things.
Okay,
so I'm just
sorry,
making.
Can you flow? Okay, keep going.
I'm painting the scene here.
Okay, paint away.
I'm painting.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. And I've seen the work that Lavelda's put to create their speaking profile. And mine, for example, is nowhere near as good. It takes time, it takes effort, and you need to know what to do. We need to know what to put on the page, what to put in the show reel, what to have a contract, what kind of templates. Actually, most of the time when I need something, I say, I know you have a contract for it. I know you have a template. Can I please borrow it? And then she will lend it to me, and that saved me a lot of money, and that saved me a lot of time. But it took her days and sometimes months to build those kind of resources and years of experience on the field. So you will not only get access to the training, to the program, but also you get access to the trial and tested strategies that actually work, instead of guessing that you're doing the right thing and then crying that you're not getting enough speaking gigs. That's not good.
I guess the other key thing is emceeing is by far one of the hardest sectors of the speaking industry to decide to crack into.
I'm an MC too, and I just MC for. I don't even pitch paid MCing.
Yeah.
Because it's tough. It's super tough. And every time she comes home with a gig. Well, I've earned £1,000 with this gig. Like, how the heck did you do that? I don't even want to go through the hassle of pitching. So imagine that if you are a keynote speaker in other in other topics that are really hot at the moment, like social inclusion or sales or marketing or HR, all these kind of things that companies are looking for, then by joining this mastermind, money.
There's a lot more money on the table as a speaker than there is as a moderator, I can tell you. I'm carving out in my own niche, right? You guys have got it made as speakers, because people are like used to paying speakers big bucks. They're not used to paying big bucks to moderators, because the celebrities screwed us over. But it's all right.
But that's what you love.
I do. It's
and that's the same thing. Is you doing and speaking about what you're most passionate about and what you love the most, and that's the beauty of this industry. And as you said, the most difficult thing is getting paid for these gigs. And if you're taking seriously speaking and you know that this is what you want to do and you want to make a lot of money from it, then this mastermind is the best thing that you can join ever in your entire life. Like, you will be in your ever you will be you will be 80, 90-year-old, and you will go back and say, oh, thank you, Lavelda, for your mastermind, because it changed my life.
And I'll say, you're welcome.
And she will say, you're welcome. And I will say, oh, I'll be without teeth anymore.
This is nuts. You're crazy.
You are. You discover it now.
Oh god.
We've been together for a few years now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so back on track. So if you listen to this and the mastermind is something that you're thinking, you know what, 2018 is the year that I said I was going to step up and do something different. I really want to make a big impact. Quite frankly, I'm clueless about what it is that I need to do, and I really want to make that happen this year. Then book in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link into, where am I putting it? Am I putting it in the comments? Or am I putting it up the top? Where is it going?
Comments and the top. We're putting it
okay,
both.
So it's going, I can't sort this out. It's going like this, the link. For a 15-minute chat with me so that we can work out whether you'd be a great fit for it. Like I said, it's application only. It is only for a maximum of 8 women. So I'm hoping so they will sell out. So structural stuff, the boring stuff. It is a 6-month mastermind starting on the 14th of August. We'll be having calls every couple of weeks where I will be delivering content. So we'll have a focus call, deliver content so you know what it is that you need to focus on. And then we'll be working as a group doing masterminding. You get one-to-one session with me a month for 6 months. 6 months. Trust me, talk to anybody who's had a strategy session with me. I will blow your mind. It's like a no-brainer. I mean, I've done strategy sessions over the last couple of weeks. And
I do strategy session with you every day.
Everybody, seriously, literally, I haven't done a strategy session with anybody who hasn't been able to make significant transformations in their business. So doing that over 6 months with the group parameter as well, I can tell you it's inevitable. Like, I don't even need to sit here and sell it to you. Like, it's just inevitable that the changes will happen in your business. So what we'll do is we'll get clear on what your speaking goal is, and then we're going to excel that. Over a 6-month period of time. You get included in that your lifetime access to the World Class Female Speakers Academy and access to me, the group. We're going to be building amazing, phenomenal female speakers, and not just women who are talking about being on a stage. This is not about dreaming. This is about taking that dream that you've had for ages and turning it into a reality in a way that you can't even imagine at the moment. Because I managed to crack into doing MCing and turn that into a viable proposition in 2 years, and that is a tough bloody gig. I can tell you, and I'm not lying when I say go international. I'm introducing celebrities now. It's kind of insane, and all I would love is to create the same sort of experience for you, where speaking isn't just this thing that you do as a side, but actually every single speaking engagement is monetized, and you're taking home in the 4 figures regularly for speaking engagements, rather than doing them and hoping that maybe you might sell 1 or 2 things off the back of it. I don't know about you, but to me that just don't sound quantum leapy, babe. It just don't sound quantum leapy. It's
not quantum leapy at all.
No.
Not quantum leapy at all.
I'm all about quickest return. What is the shortest route in order to get
think
to
about
success?
the difference that 10 speaking gig would make in your business.
You only need
but if you just get 10 speaking gig within a 12-month period, just think about the difference that will make in your business.
I mean, if you went from a ton of free speaking engagements to converting, even if it's 50% of those speaking engagements to paid engagements, even if you're just talking at £1,000 a month, just kind of looking at it like that, it's very easy to bring in tens of thousands of pounds a month in speaking. It's not rocket science to do, but it does require that you think very differently, and it does require that you approach it very differently. And so I'm about building female speakers who are bringing in tens of thousands month on month into their speaking business, so that when I'm talking to event organizers and they're going, it's really hard to find female speakers, I'm going, no, it's not. Boom, here's 8 of them right here. 8. Pick any of these 8.
8.
Amazing.
There. From the mastermind. So comment below, and there will be a link. Leave us a comment to be part of the mastermind, and also contact Lovelda privately as well.
We can chat.
She's lovely. You can see her. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's lovely. It's a pleasure to talk to her every single day. So you will have the pleasure as well to have a consultation and to have an application call with this wonderful woman. Now I think it's time to wrap up.
I think it might be. I'm looking forward to more comments. Reach out to me. I'm really excited to talk to people. If this really feels like it's right for you, or you've got an urge, you're not sure, book in a discovery call, and let's find out if it's a fit for you.
Boom.
Boom.
I'll see you next
Mic
video.
drop.
We do
It's a
another
double
video.
Nick.
I think we should do another video together.
I think we're gonna have to let the public decide.
I
babe.
think, guys, shall we do another video together? Do you think?
You know, you're
do
gonna
you think
have
we
to
should? Do you think we should do another video together?
He's just
Like,
excited because we don't do these very often.
Yeah,
It's like,
because
he wants to
because
do
you're
more.
like, no, I don't want to mix like relationship and business.
Honey, I think the people are getting bored now.
And no, I think they're getting into it. Right now. All right, now everyone is leaving, so it's better we leave as well.
I need dinner. I'm hungry. Love you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Beer.
Thanks for watching the replay. Drop me a message, and the links will be going in straight after this call. Lots of love. Mwah. Ciao.
Ciao.